Would you give your husband permission to have a baby with another woman?
What?
I think my answer is yes.
Personally, I won't let that slide.
You said never let me go.
Your name?
Sophia.
Kitty. I'm Chris.
Would you give your husband permission to have a baby with another woman? And let's say medically you can't have a child. You can't give him a child.
I don't think I would, because in the first place, I think he's already giving me he wants kids in the first place, and I'm not really down for it. I don't think I would.
Personally, I won't let that slide.
But I think I would want us to be on the same page in the first place.
Oh no, I wouldn't agree with that.
Why?
Because we can do it other way. There's the medical way to do it without doing the actual thing.
Like adoption?
And yeah, or you can adopt the kids. Because it's I think it will break the relationship if that happens.
Exactly what I'm saying.
I don't think I would like that as much because they both said there's so many other options to raise a child, to have life and to nurture children if that is on the table for the relationship. So yeah, I agree with these two. I wouldn't be cool with that, really.
Yeah, I just said you can follow you guys.
Soapy Pop.
Siki Girl.
Kijikage. Heejikage.
Your name?
Cassidy.
Would you give your husband permission to have a baby with another woman?
What?
And let's say medically you can't give him a child.
I don't think I would necessarily give my husband, if I had one, permission to have, sex with someone else, to have another child. However, if he really wanted a child, I'm sure we could work out a surrogacy thing or, look into adoption instead.
Aw, that's sweet.
I don't think medically not being able to have a child would give someone a reason to go sleep with someone else and impregnate them. I feel like there are medical alternatives to that.
And let's say he doesn't want adoption.
If he didn't want adoption and he really needed a child again, I would probably consider surrogacy or maybe someone I trusted. If my eggs were viable, maybe we could use those, and how they I don't know the proper term for it, but they create the egg and implant it into someone else. Maybe something like that would be an option,
Oh, that's nice.
I feel like that's hard to really know how you would handle that.
There is an American actress called Tammy Roman. She gave her husband permission to have a baby with another woman. Medically, she can't give him a child. So people were kind of bashing her that why did she say that?
I feel like everybody has certain ways that they do things, and that's the plus about life. You can live it how you want to.
Exactly.
You can make your own decisions. So who are we to judge what someone else wants to do with their husband and their marriage? If that works for them, that's great. Like I said, unless you're in that position, you really...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You really don't do.
You guys can't judge.
Yeah.
Well, your IG so they can follow you.
FLYINGFIRSTKASS.
Your name?
Kara.
Juliet.
Would you give your husband permission to have a baby with another woman? And let's say medically you can't give him a child.
It's a nuanced situation, but I think that at the end of the day, if it's a child for us and we're raising it together, that is one situation. If he is out and having the child with somebody else, having a relationship with somebody else, and that's not a boundary that we've set in our relationship, then no, that would not be what was happening for us. But I respect people's decision too. However, it would not be for me.
Of course, we are not here to judge no one, right?
Yeah, I just agree with her.
Rest my case.
Yeah, I think it'd have to be talked about with in the relationship first, of course, but it's also a different situation if they decide to have a child together and then want to raise that in a healthy co-parenting situation.
Do you guys consider adoption?
Oh yeah, adoption is a beautiful thing. I think that babies are adopted a lot, but the foster care system is something that we don't really take seriously in America. Yeah, I could go on about that.
Yeah, IG so they can follow you.
CLDEM.
Your name?
Zoe.
Would you give your husband permission to have a baby with another woman? And let's say medically you can't give him a child.
I think my answer is yes.
Can get her out.
Because I think there's a lot of different ways to have a family and create a family, and yeah, my answer would be yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, you think it's okay?
Yeah. Is that not what you were expecting?
No, I mean...
I'm a pretty open-minded person. Yeah, I guess if I ended up with a husband, I don't even know if I will, but we'll see.
Why not?
But yeah, so I think that families can look lots of different ways, and I wouldn't be threatened by that idea.
Your name?
Lara.
Would you give your husband permission to have a baby with another woman?
No way, boy.
And let's say medically you can't give him a child.
Absolutely. If it's like his dream to have a child, I'm not a very jealous person, so he should do his thing. And yeah, absolutely.
Don't you think he's gonna leave you?
Even if, then that's his decision, and I can't like force. I mean, if he wants a child and I don't, then, or like I can't give him that, then he will be unlucky anyway. So if that's the only thing he needs to be happy, I'm fine with that.
I like that.
He should go for it.
Yeah, he should absolutely go for it.
Personally, I will let that slide.
Never want to be that person that says like are not able to fulfill his dream. You know.
Your name?
London. Name? Michelle.
Would you give your husband permission to have a baby with another woman?
Wait a minute.
And let's say medically you can't give him a child.
No. We would
Why?
just have to adopt.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not doing that.
Why?
Because it's not going to her. It's just not going to happen. Like, no.
Personally, I will let that slide.
If I can't have a baby though, like if that was the last option instead of adopting, maybe. But then again, it's like that's when you start to fall in love.
You know how messed up it is?
So it's like it's hard, but it's like I want a baby, but I can't have it. If that was my last thing to do, I would do
Was locker room talk.
it. But if like we had to adopt, if that was like the last thing to do, my last option, I would do it. And
Whoa.
I will be there though, but just do what you gotta do, put it in her, whatever, no kissing or
I hate that.
Let's go, make a baby.
Hello.
There you go.
Okay, your IG so they can follow you guys.
Perfectly London is PERFEXTLY. It's NAEBBYXO.
4HM.EDOTTT.
MEECH.BANDSSS.
Your name?
McCartney. Sasha.
Would you give your husband permission to have a baby with another woman?
Oh my God.
And let's say medically you can't give him a child.
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Because I don't know, if I don't get to keep the baby, then it's not mine, and then my husband would just be off with some other woman. I wouldn't be involved at all.
That's exactly the answer I want.
Oh.
So that's important to me.
If my husband was my husband,
What do you mean by that?
we would work it out, adopt, get a surrogate, do something different, not just him go off with another woman.
It's an evil world we live in.
Oh, so you consider adoption, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, your IG so they can follow you.
It's just at McCartney Wyatt.
At Foodies Unwrapped.
Your name?
I'm Sab.
Would you give your husband permission to have a child with another woman? And let's say medically you can't give him a child.
I think I would accept that, depending, who is the woman in question. I think adoption is a great option in that case, but I think I would accept that.
He can rather go for adoption, right?
Yeah, I think that this is the best option, but if there is no way to adopt because there are so many requirements, I think I would accept that. Yeah, if I trust the woman, of course, and if I trust my husband too, because I'm not married yet, but...
Do you think when he goes, he's gonna come back to you again?
I think yes, if our connection is strong enough. Yes, it really depends on that, for sure. I think trust is very important in a
Personally, I will let that slide.
relationship. It's the most important
Exactly, I agree.
relationship.
I agree, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, great.
All right, your IG so they can follow you.
Clumek, CLUMECK, _
Okay.
SAB.
Guys, we're done, guys.
Okay, bye.